Welcome to the show. I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And I'm actually filling in for Art today.
I know, right?
So, no. Thanks, Art, for filling in for me, actually, for the third time, since he was asking how many times I've missed.
Yes.
I've missed only 3 times.
No. He's filled in for you 3 times. Right? He's missed a lot of shows.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and here's the good.
Doesn't always record them.
So we start with the box office, as always. And it was actually a pretty interesting box office. I thought it was actually going to be a little bit more, pep in the step there when it came to the dollars. But Cars 3 won regardless, number 1 with $53 million.
Is that a big win when it's their first week and kids movies always do well and there was no other kids movies out at that time?
And that's why I say that it was kind of disappointing to me, because it's actually the second lowest opening for Pixar.
Okay.
Right behind The Good Dinosaur. But it just didn't do what I thought it was going to do.
Well, one, it's been a while since Cars 2.
Well, actually, I think Cars 2 left a bad taste in people's mouths because that freaking good.
That movie sucked.
That was pretty bad. So, number 2, Wonder Woman drops, but still made $40 million.
Yeah, it dropped, what, like 40% or something like that?
Yes. And
that is
actually
amazing.
It is holding better than BVS, Suicide Squad, and Man of Steel.
It's going to be the best DCEU film that they will ever have until
Justice League?
I don't know if Justice League is going to be any good, so.
Well, if she's in it, it's going to be good. So.
Yeah, I know. Oh, God.
All right, let's get to it. Number 3 was All Eyes on Me with $27 million.
I can't believe that movie made that much money.
Right now, yes, because it was filmed with a kind of like
it was
Lifetime.
It was filmed with an iPhone, and they got some guys off the street. They found a black guy who's bald and said, "Hey, can you lip sync a bunch of Tupac stuff?" And he was like, "Sure."
And the bottom, it's on the bottom. It's actually made from Lifetime, because that movie was in the freaking lines of Michelle A. and freaking Whitney and Bobby and freaking Britney Spears and all these choppa movies that are they're freaking making over here in Lifetime. But anyway, number 4 was 47 Meters Down. This movie was freaking intense as hell.
I'm surprised I haven't
This
seen it
makes
yet.
The Shallows look like freaking Finding Nemo, bro. I'm serious.
Whoa. The Shallows is amazing.
Ghost in the Shell. She's like falling all over the place.
I'm curious to see it now, because the Shallows was a great shark movie, so I can't believe it could be anything be better.
So it's like The Shallows and Deep Blue Sea, and yeah.
That's a great combination.
Actually,
that's a great combination.
And rounding out the top 5 was The Crappy Mummy.
Yay, still making money somehow.
Which I think I screwed that up. I think it was the other way around.
I think Mummy was 4 and 47 meters was 5.
Regardless, who cares? The Mummy was still rounded up, was in there in the top 5, and not too bad a movie. Decent. It was okay. The only thing I didn't like about it was, which we'll actually talk about in another segment at another time, was Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise. Yeah, Tom Cruise overshadowing the actual Mummy. That was the only thing that I did not like.
Well, because it was Tom Cruise, because Brendan Fraser was the biggest point of the old Mummy movies. Old Mummy movies, like they were that long ago.
99. About 18 years.
Yeah, it was Wolf from Millennials. That's a long time ago. So, I mean, did he overshadow like Brendan Fraser? Because Brendan Fraser was coming up at that point. So, I mean, he was a star.
Well, The Rock overshadowed when he got The Mummy Returns.
Oh, God, no, he did. He did not overshadow anything.
All right.
The franchise get some more money.
This movie did not even freaking come up on the top 5, but it did make the top 10, and that was Scarlett Johansson's Rough Night, which is basically female
Weekend at Bernie's 2.
And Weekend at Bernie's 3.
3. Sorry.
This is going to be pretty interesting on ScarJo's behalf, because this is her second bomb in a row after
Black Widow ain't coming out. Black Widow ain't coming out.
And I don't think that the strength of Wonder Woman and what a female-led action movie has done is going to help Black Widow get hers.
We ain't getting Black Widow film.
That ties into the MCU, so they might give it a chance. So you never know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I disagree. I think just because they're part of the MCU and their stories and writing is so strong that they can incorporate so many other characters from the MCU, that it will definitely more than carry this movie.
Well, I mean, look at Ant-Man.
Make enough money to make it worth their while.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. So that rounds out the top 5.
Somebody should have had his mic on.
Already. Gal Gadot is still doing really good in the Wonder Woman. Still top 2, not bad. It was in the second place, so not too bad, right? Still making history. Patty Jenkins still got the record there for female debut director and so forth. What sucks about it is that it was her Gal Gadot's paycheck was actually released and showed that it was way too freaking low for the amount of money that these movies are doing. BVS opens at 165. Wonder Woman opens at 100, 220 worldwide in the debut, and she makes $300,000.
welcome to doing superhero films, because that's why they contract you, and that's why, I mean, that's just what it is. Chris Evans got paid this amount. Everybody that's been in this generation of comic book films get paid low. They contract you for like 5, or what was it? The Winter Soldier guy, Sebastian Stan. He got contracted for 7 films, getting paid peanuts. That's just what it is. It's like if it had been just a standalone film that didn't have anything to do with the DCEU, they would have paid her a lot more money. But because they want to have her in multiple ones, and they want to make sure that she can't negotiate out of anything, they give you peanuts. Nobody knows you. You were a bit player in Fast and the Furious. Here's your check. We'll see. By the time you get done with this contract and you're a big name, we're done with you.
All right. Well, there's two things. There's 2 things to talk about real quick. Aspen, you brought it up. Why don't you talk about what you were saying as far as Gal Gadot and the Wonder Woman character itself?
Really quick, because we can't see you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, but I'm just saying, because Superman and Batman's characters were already established like a long time ago. Like movies and different franchises, like with them in it, came out way before. This is technically her first, like Wonder Woman's character's first debut at all.
Like by herself, by herself, because she came out of BVS, so this would be like her first full movie.
Besides the comic book, besides the cartoon, besides what people know about her in general, like, I don't know, I mean, I feel like it was reasonable, and I'm also pretty sure that she's getting paid off of the merchandise.
Yeah, I'm sure she gets a percentage of merchandise. I'm sure like everything that's got her face on it, she's getting a cutback on, or she's getting a check for. So she's making money. She's just not making money on actually doing the film.
Well, right now that was her for each of her movies of BVS, Wonder Woman, and Justice League. That is what she is making on that. Now, when Henry Cavill, a little bit to Aspen's point, as far as established, when Henry Cavill first got Man of Steel, he was paid $14 million for it.
Okay, so just to jump in real quick on that, when the Man of Steel came out, they didn't know they were doing a DCEU. They were just doing a Superman reboot at that particular point.
Well, it being produced by freaking Nolan, everybody thought that it was tying into the Nolan-verse, so I don't know. But anyway, regardless, Henry Cavill's background before that was the Tudors, and then it was the Immortals, which one was a TV show, one didn't do anything.
I mean, but it still got released in the theaters. I mean,
Gal Gadot was in Fast and the Furious since 4.
A bit player.
It does not matter. She had more,
player.
But they saw her.
So when they come out with that ludicrous movie,
she's been seen more.
When they come out with that ludicrous movie, you want him getting $14 million?
When he plays Eddie Gordo in the Tekken movie, she was seen more in those Fast and the Furious franchises more than he was in the Tudors and
She
Immortals.
came at the end of the franchise.
She came in 4, in part 4.
There's only 8 movies.
It was 3. She was in 3 movies. Regardless, I don't think it was very fair, but much like Jennifer Lawrence, when she did the Hunger Games, she got paid hardly anything for the first one, got $10 million for Catching Fire, and then it's freaking like, the only thing I can say is that Gal Gadot can use this as a platform to where she can ask for higher paying salaries.
Every other movie that she does now, she's going to be asking for Jennifer Lawrence money.
Mark my words that she will get paid for Wonder Woman 2. That's a lot.
Well, no, she's not, because she's still under contract.
No, her contract ends at Justice League.
Okay,
they'll probably extend it after that.
Then she can ask for a freaking I keep saying Tony Stark.
She can ask Tony Stark. She can ask Robert Downey.
She can ask for Tony Stark
for less than zero money.
She could ask for Robert Downey Jr. money. I mean, because when his contract...
She won't get it.
When he did his Iron Man movies, for all the Avenger movies and every other thing that he's been in, he's getting $50 million plus.
He got $50 million for freaking, I think he got it for Avengers and Iron Man 3. Or he got it for Iron Man 3. That's what I think. So there you go. Well, Gal Gadot's co-star in Fast and Furious, Vin Diesel, the great Vin Diesel. Still debating whether or not he's a superstar, but that's another topic for another day. The producers of the Triple X franchise have gotten with other artists or other producers, and they have formed the H Collective. It's a different producing company.
Okay.
And they have announced that they are now in development for Triple X 4.
I like Triple X 3. I like Triple X.
Well, you kept calling it Fast. You kept calling it Fast
X.
Fast X.
It was Fast X.
Furious X. Triple X was actually released in 2002, grossed $277 worldwide.
Okay.
And it got the freaking one without. Part 2 came out. Cube. Yay. Part 2, it was a good day for Ice Cube, but not really because it made nothing.
It didn't make any
He should have just stayed with Ghost of Mars and been done with it.
That didn't make any money.
That made nothing either, but it was Carpenter. But anyway, made 60 million was the budget. Made 71. So yeah, that was Ice Cube's turn. Well, earlier this year, Triple X 3 came out and had an $85 million budget, grossed $346 million worldwide.
It's a fun movie.
A majority of that though was China.
China loves Vin Diesel.
They love them some Vin Diesel.
I love Vin Diesel.
They love them some Vin Diesel.
Well, a lot of this movie was international too. It was like he was in Brazil. You know, he was.
What do you want to see in this new sequel? I want to see him and Cube together. Put him part of the team. Because his other team's almost done.
Do you think that
will Xander go rogue? Fate of the
again?
Fate of the
again?
Fate of the
Didn't we already watch
of
that?
Triple X.
I was like, will he go into space? I kind of want to see it, then I kind of don't want to see it. I think it was a cool part to have the cameo in the third movie, but to see Ice Cube and it was like, is it gonna be right along with, or is it gonna be?
He's Kevin Hart in the
no, yeah, exactly.
Ice Cube.
No, with Bruce Willis and Tracy Morgan. That's the one I'm thinking about. What was that movie called?
Oh my gosh, I know what you're talking about.
Is it gonna be that? Because that was a train wreck.
What was that? Cop out.
Yeah, Cop Out. Is it gonna be that?
Oh, that's awful.
That's what I feel like. It's gonna be Ice Cube trying to be all like, oh, I'm gonna be gangster, and Triple X is, I'm kind of gangster, but I'm not really. It's just a graspy voice, the gravelly voice makes me gangster. So
Vin Diesel impression ever, FYI.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. Sorry.
Was it worse than his within arts?
Man. Never mind. All right. Anyway, so that's going to be coming out pretty soon. Obviously, Vin is riding high in 2017 so far with friggin' Fate of the Furious and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
So look for Triple X4 to be coming out pretty soon.
How do you put that as a title? It's like, because you get Triple X, you got XXX, and then
4 with the little 4 on the top. Like it's like
Triple X.
That sounds like that. Wait. That sounds like, yeah, exactly. 4. It sounds like worse porn. It's like it's got a 4th X.
This is porn in algebra.
Exactly. I don't want algebra in my porn.
Alrighty then.
Well, away from that.
All right. Well, speaking of playing with yourself, the Atari 2600 was a gaming system in the freaking 80s. And it pretty much was the thing that actually started. That's like the godfather of freaking video games at home, and that was the Atari. Okay?
Right.
Well, Atari has actually come out, and there will be a new Atari gaming system coming out pretty dang soon.
Because they want to lose more money? Why would they do that?
Well, that company began in 1977, broke out, like I said, with the Atari 2600 to pave the way for freaking Nintendo, in my opinion, because after that, that's when Nintendo started using 8-bits and going even further, taking it further with Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt and all that.
Produced the worst video game known to man called E.T., the video game.
That game.
Everybody had that video game.
I did not have
balls.
that game. I did not have that game. I had Pitfall. That was my favorite Atari game.
Exactly. You were smart enough not to buy E.T.
It was Uncharted before Uncharted.
It was Uncharted before Uncharted.
All right.
It was Tomb Raider before Tomb Raider.
Exactly. The company was forced into bankruptcy in 2013.
After the Jaguar.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was in 1997, actually, the Jaguar. But it looks like it's coming back to the hardware systems, and there's no design on it yet. They have not decided on whether or not it's going to be a actual competitor, like the way the Switch was for Xbox and PS, PlayStation. It might go that route and be a competitive system, or it might be an emulator type system where it has all of the Atari.
That would probably be the better idea. Is that they make this smaller system like the Nintendo did when they made the little NES box where it played all the old games, and it was formatted so that way it can be played on the HD television. Who the hell wants to play Space Invaders on their HD TV? I stand corrected. But make it cheap, make it like $50. That's how much the Atari cost back then anyway. Make it $50.
And that was a lot of money back then.
Exactly. Make it $50. Have the whole Atari collection on it, and then everybody who has nostalgia for Atari can get out there and play it for like 2 days before they throw it in a closet and never touch it again.
But before the joystick breaks off.
Before the joystick breaks, the little rubber comes off the top, or your button stops working.
What are we talking about?
You know what? I don't even know anymore.
Oh man. All right. Well, in WTF news, now this one's very interesting. A sheriff officer, Hudson County Sheriff Officer Kristen Hyman is Hyman. That's when you find this out, it's going to be even hilarious.
Okay.
She is accused of conduct unbecoming of a public employee,
Okay.
and faces a disciplinary hearing later this month because videos and stuff have surfaced that she was a dominatrix in her previous career.
So in this time, instead of you breaking the hymen, it gets to break you. Continue, sir.
Oh, man.
Is she able to use her same equipment, I guess, from job to job?
Well, this is the one officer everybody wants to get whipped by, for one.
Well, true.
And she does use her same handcuffs, I think.
Hey, well, there you go. Authenticity.
That is absolutely freaking insane.
Authenticity.
So, how about other occupations that if you were a judge, would you be? What if you're a stripper and then you became a judge? Would that work?
I think it would.
Would you have pasties underneath your robe?
I mean, you'd have to go commando under the robe. I mean, it's like an ankle length robe. It's like, I'm not getting dressed. Just throw the robe on. Let's go.
Oh man, that's freaking crazy.
I know a couple of old hookers that started a movie podcast.
Yeah, but we quit that a long time ago.
Yeah, you know, I mean, that was a long time
That was
ago,
a long
sir.
time ago. You ain't got no proof of that. You ain't got no proof of that. All right. Oh man. Shout outs to Daniel Day-Lewis, who retired from acting today at the age of 60.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Yeah, retired today at the age of 60. Left a great legacy, I think, in my opinion. Awesome portrayal of Lincoln in Abraham Lincoln. My Left Foot, underrated movie. And he also when he played the butcher in the Gangs of New York.
Yeah.
Gangs of New York. He was absolutely amazing. That it's been a personal decision by him and his wife, but it was still he lives. I think he leaves behind a good. Legacy
like
there.
he died.
No, I know, but still, I mean, he's gone. You know, Gene Hackman. I miss Gene Hackman. I miss Rick Moranis. Now we're not gonna have freaking Daniel Day-Lewis. Freaking awesome Last of the Mohicans. Good movie. Freaking Oscar winner. There Will Be Blood. Great freaking roles there. So you know you're gonna be missed on that.
You know who else retired?
Who else retired?
Michael Bay. He announced his retirement after the Transformers movie. He said he is done directing.
He is not done directing. He's done with directing Transformers movies. He's He's trying to get Bad Boys 3 made.
Why you piss on my fire?
Oh, sorry, my bad. All right. Well, in other death-related news, that's awful. Because Transformers franchise is done.
Segues are amazing in this. How you ever critique mine?
Oh my God.
So,
Terrence, take us home.
as always in these videos. This is a horrible show. As always in these videos, make sure you guys like and comment below. We're trying a little bit of a new format with the show, so tell us if you like it, if it works better for you, especially if you're short on time. But also make sure you subscribe so that way you're aware of all the other videos that we do on the show. And I'm so off here. And that way you'll get notified when they come up. I'm done.
Hey, in all seriousness, we want to say thanks to Art and Zeke actually for filling in for us. Finally to have Aspen back behind the frickin' camera here. Has not been here forever, but she graduated, so now it's time for her to get a job so she can move out of my house.
There you go.
For Aspen in the back, for Art Cherry, so somewhere wherever he's at, for Zeke, for Terrence, I'm Manny. That was the goods. Alrighty then.
Well, take away from that.
All right. Well, speaking of porn, the Atari 2600 was a freaking awesome gaming system back in the 80s. It's the one that really started it all. And speaking of playing with yourself, Cardi, let's do this again. It's a horrible segue.